hello everyone, my name is Jason. I'm a Course in Miracles student and a channeler. And today what I'd like to come on to do is talk a little bit about the Course in Miracles and some other things and channel. And before I begin, I have two books that are available below. One about mermaids and the other one about dragons. And also I have a membership community, and if you join, you get 2 live Q&A question and answer channelings plus a sound bath every month. And so if you're interested, that's a link below. There's a link below. So let's begin. Today I'd like to talk about attack thoughts and attack. So in the Course in Miracles, there's 2 attack lessons that I chose to pick up today. And one of them is lesson 26, and it says, "My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability." It is surely obvious that if you can be attacked, you are not invulnerable. You see attack as a real threat. That is because you believe that you can really attack. And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. It is this law that will ultimately save you, but you are misusing it now. You must therefore learn how it can be used for your own best interests, rather than against them. Because your attack thoughts will be projected, you will fear attack, and if you fear attack, you must believe that you are not invulnerable. Attack thoughts therefore make you vulnerable in your own mind, which is where the attack thoughts are. Attack thoughts and invulnerability cannot be accepted together. They contradict each other. The idea for today introduces the thought that you always attack yourself first. If attack thoughts must entail the belief that you are vulnerable, their effect is to weaken you in your own eyes. Thus, they have attacked your perception of yourself. And because you believe in them, you can no longer believe in yourself. A false image of yourself has come to take the place of what you are. And so then they have this wonderful technique of, for the meditation technique is, you say, "I am concerned about," and then whatever it is you're concerned about. "I am afraid such and such will happen." And you go through what you're afraid will happen. And then at the end of that, you say, "That thought is an attack upon myself." And so in this lesson, the attack thoughts are thinking about the future, thinking about the past, worrying about things, judging. So these are all attack thoughts. And when you do these attack thoughts, you are misunderstanding the nature of your reality, that you are all connected, and that if you attack something outside of yourself, you are attacking yourself. And so in a sense, you're opening yourself up for attack. And then Lesson 135 says, "If I defend myself, I am attacked." So this is related to this idea. And who would defend himself unless he thought he were attacked, that the attack were real, and that his own defense could save himself? And herein lies the folly of defense. It gives illusions full reality, and then attempts to handle them as real. It adds illusions to illusions, thus making correction doubly difficult. And it is this you do when you attempt to plan the future, activate the past, or organize the present as you wish. Let's go down. A healed mind does not plan. It carries out the plans that it receives through listening to wisdom that is not its own. It waits until it has been taught what should be done and then proceeds to do it. It does not depend upon itself for anything except its adequacy to fulfill the plans assigned to it. It is secure in certainty that obstacles cannot impede its progress to accomplishment of any goal that serves the greater plan established for the good of everyone. Okay, so those are the 2 lessons I wanted to read about attack. And so I kind of wanted to just touch on this idea a little bit of attack. That we really cannot be attacked because we are one with God. We are all connected. But if we start to associate ourselves with the body and believe that we can be attacked, then we open ourselves up for attack. And it's like the teacher that taught me how to channel, what she had said is, when you're dealing with the other world, it's like Las Vegas on a Saturday night, and that you always have to use your discernment. and that all of the things that we are going through at this moment, I truly believe that at this moment in our world, And these past 3 years have been a very, very serious masterclass in awakening, in just awakening to who we are and where we are. And one of the important things with that is discernment. And within discernment, it is also that understanding of that you cannot really truly be attacked in that way, that you are always protected and that you're always home with God, and that these are just experiences that you're having. And I think this is a very important way of looking at now, not only dealing with the other world, but also dealing with this world, with all of the things that were presented in the mass media and these things that can make you afraid. But just always remembering that if something makes you afraid, you should always question, that's interesting. Why am I afraid? Why am I feeling fear? There shouldn't be any fear. It's a beautiful day outside. The sun's out, or it's raining, or it's snowing, whatever it is, but it's beautiful. It's great. It's perfect. So what is this information? And I think, so that's the same thing with dealing with the other world as well. And also dealing with the concept of attack. That we open ourselves up to attack and sickness and to all of these things. But there's a lesson to be learned there with attack. And that's what the point I wanted to get to is that with attack, there is a lesson that you learn. So if you feel like, for example, for myself, I have certain like parts of my body that are kind of open to attack, kind of weak places, and so those are the first places that I always will feel. If I'm not feeling too good, that's where it comes to. And but for me, it's always a wonderful thing, because then I know where I need to work on. That is a weak part of my body, and I need to understand not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually, mentally, how that connects to everything else. And work on it. So it's shadow work. And so when you are attacked, when you open yourself up to attack, it is a learning lesson. And I'm very grateful for those experiences that I've had. Las Vegas on a Saturday night can be a crazy place, and I think that's the world that we're living in. But it depends on how you navigate that territory. You understand how to engage with, for example, in Las Vegas on a Saturday night, you would take certain precautions. You wouldn't go into certain places. You would gauge, how many people you're with, and all of these different things. And it's the same thing. It's just navigating this world that we're in at the moment, and it is a present that we are being given, a wonderful present. A master class. It is like this is probably lifetimes worth of information, of experience that we're getting within 3-4 years. I mean, it's amazing, and it's very tiring and can be very stressful and lonely sometimes. But in the end, the idea is that we're growing and we're learning, and it's not lasting forever. So I think yesterday in the membership channeling, they said this is not a forever school. This school doesn't last forever. We are in a very, very intense training program at the moment, but there will be a time after that when we can relax and we can sit back a bit and just look at the things that we've created and look how far we've come. So that's my spiel. And then I'd like to just channel and see if there's anything else that they'd like to add. So I'm calling in my guides. Here we go. Greetings. We are that one that you know as Isis. And we are here, and we are, yes, an amalgamation of all of the ideas that you know of as Isis. And we come to you today to talk about this idea that this being is discussing, this idea of how perfect that you are completely and utterly perfect, and that there is no reason for you to be in fear. There's no reason to worry about the future, to regret the past, to make plans for the future. All of these things are completely and utterly unnecessary, because you are perfect and you are in the moment, and that moment is the moment of love and of connection with source energy, and you are that connection of source energy that is penetrating this earth at this moment. You are bringing a much needed salve to this earth at the moment. You are lighting up You are lighting up all of the lanterns as you go, walking down these streets that you walk down, walking down these highways that you travel down. You are lighting up all of the lanterns, all of the lights. The whole city is lighting up as you walk by it. And all of the people's faces are lighting up as they see you, because you are the light of the world. You are the light of Source. And when people see that light, they remember that they are also the light of Source, and they light up. And this is what is happening on your planet. This is what you are all going through. But you are in the process of cleaning out the cobwebs of this, of your mind. And you are opening yourself up to more and more of this beautiful energy that is you, and that is your birthright, and that you have always had access to. You already have access to this energy. And what we would say to you about this idea of attack is that, yes, this is a lesson that you are also learning, so that when you get to the next step, to the next phase in this wonderful program that you are all going through, when you get to the next phase, you will have discernment dealing with this idea of attack. You will understand where it comes from. It always comes from a fear, a lack of trust. And understanding that, where that comes from, then you can give that attack thought love, and you can send it back. You can send it back to the receiver filled with love. And what this being before you does, and this is something that we find quite funny, it is his original technique, but what he does is he sends back the energy, and he sends it back with rainbows and unicorns and all of these things, so that the sender of the attack energy, or the judgment, or the fear, will be quite surprised to see unicorns and rainbows and these sorts of things when they're expecting attack to come back. And that is a small step that you can take in this learning process, because when that person who sends the attack receives back this sense of love and rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, they are shocked, and that shock wakes them up a bit from that anger and that fear, and it plants a small seed, you might say. And this is what one thing that you can do with this idea of attack, is to always send back to the receiver with love and with rainbows and unicorns and whatever you want to send it back with sweet honey, however you want to send it back. Because when you send it back with love, you are transmuting that energy into something beautiful. And it is all energy in the end. And so you translate that strong fear energy, or that strong judgment energy, into something of love and something of light. And the more you do this, the easier it will start to become. And so this is more of you just lighting up all of the faces as you go along. And we understand that it can be difficult in these times when things are all turned upside down, but understand that it is just a process, and you start with one step at a time, and you start just with one feeling at a time, and you send back one of these energies at a time. And as you develop your abilities, you'll be able to send back larger and larger swaths of this energy, and send it back and transmute it into love. And this is what we would say, not that it is required of you, but this is a part of a lot of your mission here as star seeds, is planting that seed of love here on this planet that so sorely needs your love, and so sorely needs your light, to light it up, and to give all the people that have no hope the hope that they need, because you've got it inside of you, and you have been clearing away all of the debris in order for that light to shine. And that light is shining very, very bright for many of you. And we see this light shining throughout the universe. It is a very, very bright light of all of you becoming aware of your source energy. And we applaud you for all of the work that all of you are doing. You are wonderful and amazing light workers. We are Isis. Alright guys, so thank you very much, and ciao.